despite all the talk that we've been having so far, we actually do have a silent fourth sitting in the podcast. I just want him to speak up.
What up, yo?
All right, there you go. It's a Gangster Ohm.
Okay.
Monty's first words ever heard him as a member of the company were, "What up, yo?"
What up, yo? It was a really awesome audience. There were some people that came from somebody came from Chicago, somebody came from, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Just to see RWBY? That's crazy.
Thank you, Monty.
Yeah, great.
You know what I mean.
Oh, Monty.
If they didn't serve tea at 190 degrees.
It's pretty brutal.
Tea looks like piss.
Maximum
He
tea.
looks like piss. Okay.
I love coffee. I tell you that. I'm going to miss the cafe downstairs.
They should at least support Firefox.
I mean, I don't know
Max
what to
doesn't
say.
support Firefox? What?
Hey, welcome to the
Monty
podcast, Monty.
Wait, what?
We're talking about third-party.
We're talking about third-party.
Oh.
I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
All right.
They have over-updated that game. The scores are no longer relevant.
When you yawn, that's the one thing you don't have to do into the microphone, Monty. I know we went over having to do everything into the microphone before we started the podcast. But as boring as the podcast
Great
gets,
podcast today, guys.
yawn in another direction.
That was... That
I normally edit them out. It's not a big deal, but that was the biggest yawn in the world.
That was
And
the
it was
clearest
right
thing all
at the
day.
microphone.
So excited to be here.
I love the podcast. It's awesome.
I'm reminded of the first meeting all over again. Where we had.
Oh, that's right. We forgot to mention that Monty was the guy who fell asleep during the first meeting. And that was his first meeting here, he fell asleep during. And I didn't understand how a guy who just started here would fall asleep. But then as I worked with Monty for, I think, 3 days after that, I quickly understood. Monty is like a machine. When he's awake to work, essentially, and to animate and to do stuff. And when he's not, that time is just doesn't matter what
He
it
just
is.
powers down.
It's it. That's exactly what it is. He literally goes into sleep mode. It's like, I'm going to go into sleep mode. He'll do it in his chair.
Man, you know what the first thing I said to Bernie about the podcast is that you sound like a bunch of old guys because every podcast is like, do you remember what it used to be like?
Well, we are, dude. Come on.
That's not a bad thing.
Sorry, we're not all exciting.
I'm not that much.
We can't always be young and vibrant
I'm
and
not-
full of life like some people.
Remember when keyboards had caps lock?
Yeah.
Monty's ready for... He has a cup of coffee in his hand, and he's ready for this time.
I have a glass of coffee.
You do have
in
a
my
glass
hand.
of
I drank
coffee.
a whole glass of coffee.
How do you do that?
You pour coffee in a glass. And you
Well,
drink
that's
it.
scientifically accurate, but I was hoping for a more elaborate description.
For the record, it was full when we started.
Yeah, that's right.
It's you might have noticed, too, that this thing was obviously very heavy with Monty's work. And Monty, I thought you did a tremendous job.
Thanks.
Or do you have someone helping you?
I do it, but it's not as hard as it sounds. I just go into Forge or theater mode, and there's a wall, and I take a picture of it, and then I just put it on a wall.
Okay.
So sometimes it's not even a full room. Sometimes it's just two walls, and I just don't show what's on the other side.
I'm not nearly as impressed with you now.
But that movie turned out to be awesome. Go ahead and open it. See who's there.
All right.
Come in.
I can't get out
Do you
of
know
my
how to
chair.
open a door? Yeah. What's up, Monty?
That Radio Shack is. I was trying to find it fucking forever.
Monty wants to know, for anybody listening to the podcast right now, Monty wants to know where the Radio Shack is.
Oh,
I didn't know
your
there was
computer
one.
might know at radioshack.com.
Maps.google.com/RadioShack78748.
I would like to give each of you a lemon if that's okay.
Dude, thank God you're giving these to us and not the audience.
Come on, guys, let's have a lemon party.
Okay, that ninja we had earlier? No. Here's our ninja right here.
I remember a long time ago we had a podcast and we were like, "Oh, tell us more stories about the snake." I was like, "No, so let's just end it here."
This is why I wanted to sit in, because I listen to the podcast, and I'm just sick of hearing the same goddamn stories over and over.
Take
about
it easy.
Cats being thrown out of windows and...
I stuck my thumb in a table saw.
This can be a great
You talked
story.
about this yesterday.
And had the skin graft, and then they were
last
like,
week. Last podcast.
I went to
We
surgery.
talked about it last week.
God, let
And
him
then-
finish.
No, it's okay. It's good. It's good to have this because we do. It's true.
But it was just from
No.
walking on the
I have
treadmill.
a feeling I'm going to need to do that because I have really fucked up knees from like years of breakdancing and stuff. Like
Go on.
my kneecap is like shattered. Like here, look. See that?
What is that? What is that? There shouldn't be a lump where that lump is.
Yeah, that's part of my kneecap on the bottom of my like where it shouldn't be. Like if you, I can nudge pieces of it around.
Monty, it's like 2 knees. You look like something from District 9.
So does it bend twice?
No. When I first joined this company and I had 2 screens, people were like, "Oh, ooh, someone's fancy." And then now everyone has 2 screens.
So that's why you upped it to 6.
So now I have 6. So fuck you all. By the way, that's one of the other things I wanted to
Have you?
say.
So have you listened to most of the podcasts?
Oh, I listen to all of them.
Do you really?
Yeah. Gus, does anyone ever give you problems with how you pronounce stuff?
Slightly
Like,
unlikable.
you say young.
Yeah.
That
sometimes.
doesn't bother me, but I don't know.
It's pointed out sometimes.
Okay.
Way to nitpick on Gus.
I believe we've done so on the podcast before.
What's your irrational fear?
Oh, it's hard to say. I guess I'm kind of just afraid of, in general, like end of the world stuff. Like a giant solar flare wipes out the planet.
Yeah, like the actual possible cataclysms.
Yeah.
Like the stuff you never see coming.
If you want to get in and see what we're showing, the RWBY stuff, that's where we're going to be showing it, is at our panel.
We are so going to eat lobster when we get there.
And come buy stuff
And
from our booth.
then we're going to eat lobster. Monty had the best, like, where are we going for lunch? We're going to eat lobster, apparently. Okay. Season 8, the one where Monty's debut, basically.
Oh, okay.
And then the Season 9 preview. Wow.
We just
I
said
just-
Monty's
I
name. Literally just said your name.
We just said Monty's debut, and Monty opens the door and walks in.
Said on my
It's like a magician.
And 2 of the other guys were like, "Is that Jack from Achievement Hunter?" And so it was like within like the first 4 people I met online, 3 of them knew who I was.
We are so overrated.
What's that?
Hey, Monty, everybody. How you doing? Thanks for coming by.
So, Monty, we were just talking about our YouTube channel, and your episode 10 of Season 8 is our number 2 video all time on our YouTube channel.
That's awesome.
It's
Yeah.
overrated.
You sound really excited about it,
It's
Monty.
very overrated.
Yeah.
Monty has a distinction. I think Monty has, for the entire site, I'm pretty sure Monty has the most viewed videos on GameTrailers.com.
I do. I actually have the most viewed video.
How many views?
4 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's overrated.
It's Haloid back from 2007. It got 1 million views in one day.
Shit.
I remember that. Yeah, we all watched it like crazy. That thing was down at the Butte office.
He is the Charlie Bit My Finger of Game Trailers, basically.
Anyway,
You just need Monty there to deflect anything. Some guy
Jesus
threw a
Christ.
lemon at Monty.
Do we have an animated GIF of that?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we do.
somewhere.
So when I'll say I was sitting next to Monty on the panel, or I was sitting next to Carrie, and then Monty was next to Carrie, and when Keith.
Bosh!
Yeah. So someone tossed a lemon
Look
up
at
to
that.
Monty.
He doesn't even think about it. He's like, there it is.
Monty punches it and he goes in a straight line.
I don't know. I don't know
Hits
what
guy
was
right in
going
the
through my
chest.
head at that time.
Did you?
I
At
don't
what
know
point
either.
did you decide to punch lemon? Was it before he threw it, or was it as it was in the air? You were
I
just like, I'm
was
gonna
just
punch
like, it was in the air. I'm like, I don't even know what I was thinking. I was just
And the
like,
thing
punch
is,
it.
like a fist, it's hard to direct an
Yeah.
object with a fist. He got it straight back
Yeah.
down the line. It hit the
It's
guy in
funny,
the
like,
chest.
the lemon kind of arcs to Monty and then goes in a straight line back.
Big famous comedian.
Okay.
Don't know who he is.
What was his name?
I don't know. But he met. You know who he met? He met Ivan Stravinsky. I met a famous guy who met a famous person. Oh my god!
I met a guy. I don't know who he is. What's his name? Maybe we can figure it out. We know his name, then we can figure out who he is.
Maybe we can figure out who he is. If we know his name.
jeez. Buddy is so red.
Buddy is so red.
Why is so red?
That was pretty stupid.
I don't like it.
So Monty poked his head in, but didn't come in to say hello.
Was that mine before?
Yeah.
So, right, you've been
What
around.
does that even mean?
You've been around Bunny Burns
Yeah.
since the
You don't know what
internet.
tag team is?
So what? He was going to come in. And you were
Hold
gonna
on, I'll fix it. All
But you
right,
can-
go.
Asking me one day, who do you think's the best looking guy in the office? I have no idea. I'm the worst judge. I don't know if someone's ugly or not.
Wait, Gavin. When at PAX East, you got fairly drunk and you were like,
Oh, let's go with this story.
Okay.
Monty, it's about 3 months of Monty on the podcast. We're about to pay off right here.
It's always it's always funny when dudes get together and just
Gavin.
are like, if you had to.
PAX East. We were at the party, the Jeff Williams party. I was dancing, doing my thing.
Gavin looks concerned.
You
That's
come
the
up
best
to
way to
me,
describe that look on
fairly
his face.
drunk, and you're like, Monty, I'm not attracted to dudes, but if I had a boner for you, it's really trying right now.
I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means.
And then,
If I had a boner for you, it's really trying right now.
and then you gestured your finger like it was like a it's just like twitching, like trying to bonify itself, but not functioning.
Oh my
Are
god.
my jeans too tight or something? What?
That's awesome. The mocap suit is, come on.
And then I was doing my dancing, and apparently, the hidden side of Gavin comes out, drinking and partying and
it was the dance that enraptured him.
I spotted him across the dance floor. I just gravitated towards him.
So somebody posted that, like, today I'm going to give it 115% or 110% or something like that.
That's a pet peeve of mine.
And they said that, and I was like, fuck you. You know who I was thinking about? I was thinking about Monty. Like, Monty works really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And, like, people always say, I'm going to give it 110%. Like, Monty is a guy where it's like, Monty's trying to give 100%. He understands 100% is the most that you can give it. And he literally tries to give it 100%. Like, when he's working on something, he's like, how do I not sleep? Because sleep does not contribute to this thing.
It detracts percentages.
He is trying to reach 100% of effort on what he does. It is amazing to watch. He gets down to the point of like, how do I reduce my amount of steps to go from here to here so that I can continue to work? Mm-hmm. That's someone who understands like what it takes to get stuff done.
Oh, Usher was, at the Microsoft event. It's like that was their big thing. And like sort of like that what gamers want to see is not what the large majority of what people want to. You okay, Mom?
Please, get some headphones. That sounds awful. Don't do that.
I was wondering what that was.
I think. Well, I know. See, I think
The microphones don't like that.
Oh, okay. I think just
Might as well start punching it too.
I love these unorthodox attempts.
Bernie Burns.
Oh, cool. I know what that is. Thanks.
Thank you. God damn it!
Monty came in, he dumps a pocket in between the 5 mics, and then slams the door.
What the fuck? I'm gonna start locking that door.
Barbara.
Miles.
Monty. Yo,
We've got a rare treat with Monty this week.
Yeah.
Monty can rarely visit us in the annex because of Joe the cat.
Fuck. I love Joe. I love cats, but
You're cursed.
but I came up with the theme, red, white, black, and yellow because I'm Asian.
Wow. We're going to avoid politics,
no,
but
but
just
red-
dive straight into racism tonight,
red,
folks. It's
white,
going to be good.
Red,
Join
white,
us.
and black. Shut up. Red, white, and black.
I was thinking to myself, where is he going to go for these?
I was talking to Bernie. I just had ideas for season 11, and Bernie was like, Monty, because he was like, we're all freaking about. Even we weren't even sure we were gonna be able to finish season 10. We're like, as long as you finish season 10, you do whatever you want. I was like, I'll take you up on that. So like, I started actually taking it seriously, thinking about the idea of doing my own show, and that's where it came from. The right to do something original might be like a right you earn. I mean, if you look at us, we piggyback on Halo for 10 years now.
And a great 10 years,
just
saying.
A great 10 years, but at the same time, it's like, we owe a lot of our success to Halo, and it's great.
For the record, I'm going to set you straight here, Monty.
What's that?
We have our own original storyline
Yeah,
when it comes to Red vs. Blue, and we've made our own original products, including but not limited to Rooster Teeth shorts.
Okay,
Fucking
yeah.
got him.
Okay, so
no, don't
just,
I don't
just
like
me
when
then.
Mommy and Daddy
Let's
fight.
adjust
The 3 years I spent busting.
Monty is breaking new ground with our first original product. Everything else was shit, but now we got it going on.
The 3 years I busted my ass on Red vs. Blue, 8, 9, and 10, earned me the right to work on RWBY. That's the part I'm grateful for. I would say because that's Barbara's pretty, you know.
Oh, stop it.
Jeez.
Ding! Where's the little sparkly tooth effect that you could add into the camera?
That's in the next driver revision. We can add teeth sparkle on the fly.
Hey, and since I'm here, the second half of the Gavin Boner story, I'm dancing.
Which was a recent animated adventure.
Recent animated adventure where it's like, I'm dancing and Gavin's like, if I had a boner for you, it's really trying right now.
So like,
I said to Gavin, I will work on it. So like, like someday I will achieve Gavin Boner.
God.
Somehow.
Jesus Christ. God damn it.
And now we're back on Gavin's dick.
No, Halo 4. Okay, I'm going to. Okay, hey, I had to say the thing I like most. I think one of the things I like most about this Halo game that
And
the others
Gavin
haven't
doesn't
done-
remember it.
Motherfucker, Monty, stop talking
He
about
doesn't
his dick.
remember any of it.
Just keep going.
Okay. So in every Halo game, there is like the primary weapon.
I see LL Cool J over there.
Hey, Tom, on your right, please. In a year of such wonderful movies is a real honor.
Hey, Monty. Guess who just landed in New York City? Boop. Us. Wait, no, he's gone again. You fell asleep with a voice recorder turned on, like you were gonna record a memo, and then you just kind of faded away.
Hey, go. 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 Go.
That was good. Good boy.
Gus was walking around on the phone out here and noticed
Oh, it's
something. I noticed something on Monty's car. Oh God, it's like you're right. It looks like a testicle that's been made into beef jerky. See that? It's there. A fly crawled out of it.
That is interesting.
Getting close.
Breathe deep. Breathe deep.
Oh God! The maggots are what I can't handle anything but the crawling maggots in me.
I guess I need a new car.
So, a tree fell on a car?
Or multiple cars.
Yeah.
What happened to us? I normally park over there just because I don't want bird shit on my car, but that's a little bit more than bird shit.
I don't park over there anymore because a bird fell on my car.
Anybody who fell for
shit.
that was drunk too. I was so. Was it Monty? Was there a moment when it was not clear that I was drunk?
No, the moment you walked in, it was very, very apparent.
And also, the waiter like didn't serve me for like 20 minutes.
He gave you were like, he was like, I'll bring you a plate, or your plate is coming, and you're like, it's gonna have food on it, right?
I'm a really nice person, I promise. I promise I am. Oh my God.
So the thing I like about the RWBY trailers is that it's something I've discovered. If you print screen at any point in any of those trailers, it's like a desktop background.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
it looks good enough to be like, yeah. See, like, you can print screen that, and that'd be a perfect background right there.
I go in and polish every single goddamn frame. It's like it's really.
Swear about it.
What brand of polish do you use?
Fucking.
Shut up. Well, this was a unique trailer in the RWBY series.
Yep.
Because this was the first one to have dialogue.
Yep.
I pick up the hair. I cut the hair.
Oh, Monty, take me! Oh, you dropped me! How could you do this? I was your love.
On to Achievement Hunter.
Our wonderful genius architect, Mr. Monty Oum, who's here in the studio
Oh,
with
we
us
had to-
today.
we had to
Yeah,
wake
there
up
he
to get him
is.
here.
Monty tried on it.
Oh yeah, I did.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Gus, what the fuck, man? On it, took it, went to bed. Wasn't sure if I woke up. Still not sure. I had a message from Bernie just now. It's like, come, podcast, on it. I'm on it. I am on it. Holy shit.
We got a pair of rifles. We're gonna go raid the podcast. Let's see how mad we can get Gus.
We're gonna get fired tonight.
Yeah, that is our goal.
We're going out in a blaze of glory.
Yep. RWBY's done.
Dude, can you imagine a digital ham sandwich?
Hey!
Where the fuck did that come from?
Look at jacket. What's that?
There's a Nerf gun up there.
Oh, that was Monty. Thanks, Monty.
Look, please don't do that. You're just gonna encourage.
The sound of it like cocking up there with the bright lights is frightening as hell. Yeah, no, but seriously, everything in my life.
Seriously, could someone go stop whoever the fuck is doing that? It's really pissing me off.
It's nice to work on something you love. End of the day, you know.
We have a Breaking Bad night at my house, and Monty comes to it every week.
I just come for the food.
He leaves before the show.
I can respect that. You know, time will pass, and you know, collectively we're all getting smarter, and the technology makes it easier for me. If I had to start my path again today, it would not happen the same way. So I can't really give that advice other than say you just need to do it. Yeah.
What's been one of the weirdest moments that you've had there?
And like there was a shoot scheduled that day, and I'm working. I look to my left, and Gus is getting oiled up in mayonnaise, because it was the short with Mini Gus. Right. Like at Midway, I made Dead Fantasy 2, and they're like, "Oh, that's really cool. Why is it in the game? Why isn't your cool stuff in the game we're making?" And I'm like, "You're not making it possible for me. We're in like PowerPoint stage of this project. You're just thinking high level stuff. You're telling me we're gonna get to the cool stuff in 3 years. I want to make the cool stuff now." And Rooster Teeth lets you make the cool stuff like right now. They don't bar me in any way. They promote it, and it's very encouraging. I'm the best. I'm like, I'm not the best animator. I'm not the best editor. I'm not the best model. I'm not the best at anything, but I am the best at all those things that I do. So really, the only thing I can say is I'm the best Monty. It's hard, but it's always worth it. And every time an animator or aspiring animator comes up to me, how do you do it? It's like, get started now, and maybe in 7 years you'll be good enough, and someone else will see you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What? Because 2 years ago, I was on the receiving end of a Monty Oum lemon punch. So,
oh, shit.
I adjusted my strategy last year to lemon packets, but this year I thought I'd get more creative. They may look like lemon heads, but they're actually lemon grabs. So I'm going to give you each a box of lemon grabs.
You going to throw them at Monty, or?
I actually beat Ninja Gaiden on Master Ninja, so that was pretty cool.
All right, Monty.
That's fucking impressive. Not to mention, watching Monty play, he legitimately does not blink. He will stare at his screen, and his eyes just start tearing, and he just starts crying while he's playing. He'll be sitting there talking and be like, "Yeah, I've been fighting this guy for the last 5 hours. I'm dead again." And just fucking tears just streaming down his face.
Pause the game.
I don't know how you do it.
It's still real to him.
Yeah.
You lose time blinking, right? It's not efficient.
Yeah, no, it's not efficient. I gotta keep watching. I started in fall of 2009. So I think I've had my 4-year anniversary. I think I started September 2009, so it's been 4 years.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah. Jordan and I sit next to each other now. I tell him all the RWBY spoilers, and he hates me.
Do you guys want to hear some spoilers?
No. Even this one drives that little scarf right there. There's a very important one right here.
What did I miss?
So, Season 2, real-time boob physics.
So when's Animated Adventures getting boob physics? Is that happening, or is that...
Have you seen Dark Chocolate?
90% of the users out there find it so easy to make, they fall down to just making porn. I'm like that 10%.
Monty, you gotta take that one. Everyone's just looking at boobs now. Nobody's listening to you.
This is educational.
I'm like that. I'm like that 10% that didn't make porn. Essentially, I guess. And what do you get? You get actual movies. Lo and behold, I mean, okay. First thing, get a girlfriend, and then you'll stop making porn.
Or a boyfriend.
Or I saw a clip and want to do something. It's going on for over 10 years now, so I kind of have what I refer to as creative blue balls, where I just want to like get this out of my head and just like put it at you. So it'll all come eventually. But I just, it's hard. You're working and then that's what explains the 60-hour days. It's just, just getting it out there is tough. So you just work as hard as you can, and still there's never enough time. So the thing you got to learn to is essentially let go, which falls back to the production mentality of like, look, I know this could have been better, but very often I say bad animation is better than no animation. So like just the same, like there's a lot of secondary stuff that I like forgo, or just firstendary stuff that's not even good. It's just like, just get it out.
Slow down on the jargon.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, you always look back. I mean, we've both said the same thing. It's like, I could do that so much better now. But if I didn't do it then, I wouldn't be where I am now. So just get it out there, and move on.
For those of you who weren't aware already, last Thursday, our dear friend Monty Oum had a simple medical procedure, and afterwards he had an extreme allergic reaction. He lost consciousness, and over the course of the last week, he's been hospitalized. He did not regain consciousness, and we are very sorry to say that Monty passed away yesterday, Sunday, February 1st, at about 4:34 in the afternoon. And so last week we missed the podcast. We did not have a live edition of it. We showed the PAX panel because we were dealing with this crisis at that time, but we weren't yet comfortable enough to really talk about it publicly because when Monty lost consciousness, he didn't really have a chance to tell us what his wishes would be. So we wanted to respect his privacy as much as we could. That being said, if we missed 2 podcasts in a row on Monty's behalf, I don't think Monty would have liked that very much.
I don't think he would have.
No, I don't.
Despite the fact he, didn't feature regularly on the podcast, he was here most Mondays, mooching pizza or watching off on the sides over here.
Or he would be in his office, and as he always did, he always was watching something and making something at the same time. That was kind of his MO. And he'd have the Rooster Teeth podcast on, and then he would stop to make sure to tweet at me that we'd already talked about this or tell me in a way that I was wrong. But he also had suggestions when we were looking for something to talk about. Monty also had suggestions all the time of like, talk about this or do that as well.
We were all standing around and we were like, do you hear heavy metal music? Like, where is that coming from? And that was the first time I experienced Monty in powered down mode. He was just off to the side with his headphones in, full blast, and he was totally asleep. Like we went up, we were like, "Are you okay? Do you want to turn that down a bit?" And he just like woke up for a second. Nah. And I think independently, all of us emailed him immediately, saying, "You need to come work for us." And it's one of the few fanboy moments I've ever had at a convention. Was he emailed me back, and I was like, "I'm going to get to meet Monty." Yeah, like I was so excited about it, and he came by the booth, and we went off and got like coffee there in the convention center. And we talked for like an hour about his process and how he did things.
But it was one of the frustrating things about working with him too, is that he was always creating stuff, and so we'd be coming up on a major deadline. For animation, sometimes it'd be like 30 weeks in a row we were working on something, and it's like, hey, there's a deadline in 2 weeks. It's like, Monty, what are you doing? He's like, I've been spending the last week of my time making these mechanized robotic angel wings. And he like, look, I attached it to a servo and I can make them flex on their own. It's for a cosplay. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. Can you not do that for like a month or so? He just built that. He just thought it'd be cool to have a pair of robot angel wings. I'm going to do that. And he built himself. Well, people on Twitter are saying that we already told the podcast story before about Monty in the microwave. So they're just keeping the dream alive for Monty. I just sort of point out, you don't have to call us on that. That's okay. That's okay.
Like have basically exhibitions showing people how awesome he was, and we had this giant banner printed up. I don't know if you remember it. It said the Monty Oum experience.
Oh
yeah. I found it a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago, going through storage, and I thought, nobody wants this, right? And I went over and I grabbed Monty. I was like, hey, you remember the Monty Oum experience banner? I found it. Do you want it? He goes, Absolutely. And, he came and grabbed it and took it back.
He hung it in his
back with him.
bedroom.
I don't know where it is, but
You know, it's very sad that Monty's gone, but I mean, he accomplished so much in 33 years. I mean, if you think about everything that he's done, the work he did on Reverse Blue, creating his own show, it's loved by millions of people. You know, it's going to be distributed now in Asia by Warner Brothers. It's just amazing, and it's almost like Monty had a sense of, you know, of time, of his limited time, because of the urgency that he had in his life, you know, and in a way, his greatest enemy at the end of it all was basically time. Dying at 33 is just such a tragedy, you know. And but he absolutely made the most out of his years and made the most out of like literally every moment. He tried to, like, you know, make it as good as it could possibly be. And on a smaller level, whenever we were working on projects, it was always time was the factor of like, this has to come out. I want to make it bigger and better, bigger and better, bigger and better. And then it's just always time was always the limiting part of it to him.
Mm-hmm. Big fan. I was a big fan.
Mm-hmm. But we love him very much. We miss you, Monty.
I was very excited about the moment my first scene showed up at a convention. No one had any idea what to expect.
Got a full house from the RWBY panel, RTX 2014.
With Red vs. Blue and Rooster Teeth as a company, there's a lot of things we hope to create to make people happy in ways they wouldn't expect. But we tend to be masters of our own fate. The only thing that stops us from doing the really cool things is time. At the end of the day, we're still looking at people and they need to behave like people. As an animator, there are things you need to notice that most people wouldn't be seeing. The most important thing, and do this as often as you can, watch movies or watch shows or watch things. Just keep your eyes open. It's a lot of destiny, really. I mean, very few people have the luxury of doing exactly what they want to do as their job. There's never a day where I forget that. Moving forward I always think about what's next. So like, I'm super excited to finish what we have so that I can just start working on something else.